Jesus in Islam. So, what is the status of Jesus for Muslims? Is he respected? Is he honored? Is he a prophet? Or is he God? Well, firstly, all Muslims consider Jesus is Muslim, and they call him Isa. So let's start with his beginnings. One day Allah, which means God, sent down angel Jibreel to a lady called Maryam in the form of man and informed her that she is going to give birth to a son. He then gave her dates to eat, and after she ate the dates he gave her, she became pregnant. She hid from the people because she was afraid that they would think ill of her, and ended up giving birth under a tree in the desert. When Isa grew older, Allah commanded him to spread his message to the people. He was given the miracle to heal the sick, give sight to the blind, and even bring the dead back to life. When the chief priests of the Jews came to know about Isa and his preaching, they wanted to arrest him. As the chiefs, accompanied by the Roman soldiers, began searching for the prophet Isa, one of his companions, called Judas, was tempted by the shaitan, which means devil, to betray him in order to get a reward. However, Muslims believe that Jesus was not crucified in the end. Although it was the plan of his enemies to crucify him, Allah saved him by letting him ascend to the heavens. Instead, the likeness of Jesus was put over another man. This means that the Roman soldiers mistook a man that looked like Jesus and crucified him thinking that he was Jesus. Well, now that you know a little bit more about his background, let's move on to some facts. According to Islam, God sent down approximately 124,000 prophets. In the Quran, God only mentioned 25 of those prophets. And then God chose only 5 of those to be called Uli Azm, which means the best and most revered prophets. And in the end, God only chose 1 prophet out of those 5 to be called the Messiah, which was Jesus. Did you know that a Muslim cannot say Jesus' name by itself? Instead, they have to add the phrase, peace be upon him, every time his name is mentioned as a form of respect to him and any other prophet. Did you know that a Muslim cannot and will not represent an image of Jesus because no one can replace his image? This is the way that he is honored, and it is considered disrespectful and blasphemy to represent him in the form of an image. Did you know that being a Muslim means that you have to believe in Jesus, and if you are not a Muslim, if you do not believe in Jesus? Did you know that God mentioned Jesus 25 times in the Quran versus he only mentioned Muhammad 5 times in the Quran? Did you know that God has dedicated a whole chapter for the mother of Jesus in the Quran? Also, did you know that God dedicated a whole other chapter in the Quran to talk about the Last Supper, Surah Al-Ma'idah? Well, we hope you have learned some new things about Jesus in Islam, and most importantly, how he is honored, respected, and is viewed as a role model and not God himself. Instead, he was simply a prophet. Muslims believe that there is no God but Allah, and he is one.